Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'd like to share this video with regards to Seva that we're involved with of recording, editing and uploading Keertan programs. I've had comments and questions coming in. How do you record? What equipment do you use? How long does it take to edit? What's involved with that? And so I thought I'd make a video based on that. So hopefully this video will be useful for those people who go to Keertans who might be interested in recording, or perhaps it might be interesting or useful for those people who have tape collections who are thinking they might want to upload them and share them with the world. And it might just demystify the Seva to those people who are curious about what goes on behind the scenes after we've finished recording. So in this video we can take a look at our equipment, so our recording equipment, laptop, our computer and the headphones that we use. Then we'll look at the software that we use to edit, what's involved with that, and then finally we'll look at uploading and the social media platforms and designing and what other kind of skills that we use around this Seva. None of us are experts, we haven't studied the subjects, but we have been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now, so we've built a technical knowledge base or expertise just on trial and error really, and we want to share that with the Sangat. So hopefully this video will be useful. Let's take a look at the recorder. Okay, this is the Zoom H2N. It's a mid-level entry audio recorder, so it's not overly fancy, but that's good for us because we aren't experts. It's not overly expensive either. The best thing about it has to be its battery life. It runs on 2 AA batteries and can record like 18-20 hours, no problem. And we wanted a recorder that we could press record, put it in front of the Keertani on a tripod or whatever, and know that when we come back it's still recording and the files won't corrupt. And we've been using this recorder for 2 years now and it hasn't failed us once, so we're really happy with it. So yeah, as I said, it runs on AA batteries. You can actually plug it in and then record just off the power supply, and then it just bypasses the batteries. However, we don't really want to create a tripping hazard, so we just use batteries. And you know, that's another thing, is that if you leave your recorder there, you don't want someone to trip on it or someone to push it over and then obviously ruin the Keertan. But for an example, like we used this through the whole of the Manchester Samagam, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Ransabai, and it records the whole thing, no problems, just on one set of batteries, and we'll know it'll do that. So it records onto an normal sized SD card, so we use class 10, 32 gigabyte SanDisk, and that's proven to be awesome. So in terms of how the recorder works at a very general level, the on button is here. There are settings on here to choose what microphones you want to activate, so we use the MS setting, which captures sound from all of the microphones. So if this microphone was facing Keertanis perhaps on a stage, then behind it will also capture the sound from the Sangat, or if there are monitor speakers, then it captures the sound of the Keertanis even more and kind of isolates that. So then on this side we choose the gain, which, if you will, is the sensitivity of the microphone. So then if it's for a Kant Keertan, for example, where they're shining kind of loud, fast-paced Keertan, and we'll put it on a quieter one, maybe 3.5, 4, and then we hit record. So we know it's recording there with the light, and it will just continue through. It's recording into WAV, which is an uncompressed format, so when we go to edit that, we have like a raw format that we can edit. And then after we've added all our filters and edited how we want to and split it up, then we can export that, compress it into an MP3, which is what you'd find on the website or on SoundCloud or whatever. Onto headphones now. These are the Momentums made by Sennheiser. We've been using them for about 2 years now and they are great. They are quite pricey, but it is very important to have a decent set of headphones that you can listen to the uncompressed recordings in, so that if, for example, we were applying a filter, or say we were amplifying Keertan, after that Keertan is exported into an MP3, say we were going to play that in a car on full volume, we don't want to have that distortion, so to be able to hear that in the first place you need a decent set of headphones. So these have been great. They extend here, so it took a while to find a set of headphones that would fit over the star comfortably. So these are great for that, and just attention to detail, like these smart buttons. You can use it for FaceTime and Skype, and this bends here as well, so you don't get fraying on the edge of this if you're using it on your mobile phone or on a laptop. To be fair, we haven't tried many other high-end headphones, but these are the headphones we use nevertheless, and they are awesome. Just for completeness, this is the tripod that we use. Very inexpensive, but very well designed. Screws into the bottom of the recorder here, and then you can unscrew it here to make the telescopic part bigger. And at the bottom, you just very easily screw it in there, and you've got your full tripod. If anyone's seen us assemble this, you will know it takes 20-30 seconds to do, and then it slots in very nicely amongst the mic stands and the mics and the cables, so it doesn't cause much of a distraction. Okay, just to finish off on the hardware front, the laptop we're running is a 15-inch Macbook Pro Retina display. It's the top spec model. We haven't been using this long. We, for many years, used the 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is all we needed. But now that we're getting into HD video editing, we need something a bit more powerful. Let's have a look at the editing process and what's involved with that. Okay, let's have a look at Adobe Audition CC, which is what we use for audio recording. We've got a recording here from an Ananda Garage. The recording from the Zoom H2N comes in, this is a 3-hour recording, so what we want to do is split this up into tracks, and that's what ends up on SoundCloud and on the website. So for example, we've got different tracks here. We've got Keertan with Dabla, and then later on here we've got Simran on guitar, and then we've got like a cappella, then we've got Keertan, the main lama. You can see the 4 lama on there, and then later on, yeah, you've got Bhai Sukrar Singh doing katha. So different types of track. So for example, we've already actually edited this, so just an example, we could just mark up where one Keertani is, and then we would select that and make a new track of it. And this is what we did before. So this is the track. So then at the beginning we can add a fade in, so it fades in nicely when you're listening to it and fades out. We might want to amplify it so that it's nice and loud when you listen to it, but we don't want to have it distorting like we were discussing before. A big issue with recording a Khan Keertan is Shane, and we'll just briefly go on this, is that we can use a rack effect, where essentially the Shane come in this kind of frequency range. We can reduce that sound so that you don't have that kind of tinny sound from the Shane that overpower the Keertan. And then finally, we want to fill in this metadata. So we finished all our editing. We've split up the track, we've added the fade in, we've amplified, we've sorted out the Shane, we've put in our ID3, so then we export it. And this is what we'll end up with. So what will happen is there's that track there. So from a very large file, it's just now 35 megabytes, downloadable, streamable. And the ID3 tagging, which is from the metadata, comes up here, so that when you play it on an iPod or on SoundCloud or in your car, all this information comes up. Or when you put it in iTunes, it comes up with the artist name, the title of the track, and the album that it's from. The poster is designed in Adobe Illustrator. Can maybe go through that in another video. So that's important, because when we then put it on SoundCloud, then that can come up here. So then when it's showing on your phone, you've got a poster to look at. And same on the website, on the blog, then on the blog post there's something to look at there as well. There's some kind of context to the event, and then of course the recordings are on the website as well. Hope that video was beneficial. I know it did go on for quite some time. For those who might be thinking, oh my gosh, look at all that equipment, don't be put off by that. When we started off 7-8 years ago, it started with recording on phones and iPod with the little microphone attachment that's so bad quality. This is what's built up as a result of our experience and just over time, you know. So if you're passionate about recording or want to learn more, based on the feedback we get from this video, be happy to make more videos. We want to share all the information that we have learned over the years, technical experience and knowledge specific to recording Keertan and Katha, because it is specific. You know, it's been quite difficult over the years to find information and just hone in on all the different techniques from recording to editing and uploading. Also, we're not experts, so if anybody who is an expert is watching this, who has any comments or advice, then please feel free to comment and share that, and share the video so anyone who is passionate about this seva can get involved. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.